30 seconds. That's about how long a brand new viewer gives your video before they decide to stay or bail. And nothing empties a room faster than a voice that sounds like a robot reading a phone book. Creators who study their own retention say it constantly. People forgive shaky video for a long time. They don't forgive bad audio. And this is what makes this a money video and not a taste video. On YouTube, that early drop is the exact signal that decides whether you get recommended at all and what you earn per 1,000 views. Today I'll show you how to run an AI voice people actually want to listen to, and the same move that keeps it on the right side of YouTube's slop rules. It costs about the price of 2 coffees a month.
Okay, here, and let me put the money part plainly, because it's not what people expect. The voice doesn't pay you, retention pays you. If your narration bleeds viewers in the first minute, YouTube stops showing the video, and a smaller audience means a smaller RPM. So a flat robot voice quietly caps your income before you've made a single good point.
Hey everyone, Michael here. And the good news is the voice itself stopped being the hard part. The best tools got so good that a directed AI red can sit right next to a hired narrator and you genuinely can't tell them apart. This is a studio-grade microphone. You don't need one anymore. The quality moved into the software.
I'm Liam, and I'll be the one worrying out loud all episode, because here's the flip side. That exact same tool, used lazily, is what got channels wiped this year. Paste your script, hit generate on the default voice, upload, repeat. That raw robot dump is a slop signal, and it puts your whole channel at risk.
And that's the line the whole episode lives on. It isn't the tool that's the problem. It's letting the tool do the thinking. When you direct the voice, you pick the tone, fix the names, pace it for meaning. That's a human editorial layer, and it's exactly what keeps you original enough to earn.
So that's the stakes. And the good news is the fix is simpler than the fear that's freezing most people. There's one version of that fear I hear under every single video like this.
Yeah, and it's this exact one. People keep asking, can an AI voice really pass monetization? Or will it just get my channel flagged as slop? My plain read, having watched what actually got wiped, is that the voice is never the thing that gets you flagged. The lazy, no human version of it is.
Exactly right, so keep that frame. Direct it, and the voice is an asset. Dump it, and it's a liability. And everything we compare today, the tools, the real prices, the directing checklist, is free at grow.professorerica.com in the tool directory. Let's go find the voice worth paying for. The tool question has a short answer and then a real fork. Start with ElevenLabs. It's where most creators land because right now it's the most natural and most expressive voice you can buy. Whether you should actually pay for it though depends on one thing about you.
What makes it the benchmark is control. Their newest model, 11v3, lets you drop little bracket tags right into the script. Whisper here, sound excited there. Pause before the punchline. You're not just generating a voice, you're directing a performance. That's the whole game, and we'll do it live in a minute.
Now the numbers, because this is a money channel. And instead of quoting a price from memory, let me pull up their real pricing page, since in this niche, the plans move around a lot.
So this is ElevenLabs' actual pricing, live right now. The plan most creators want is Creator, in the middle, at about $22 a month, with the first month half off. That gets you professional voice cloning and enough audio for a steady upload schedule. Now look at the free plan on the far left. $0, and it's genuinely great for testing. But here's the trap that catches beginners. The free tier does not include a commercial license. So the moment your channel earns a cent, that free voice is not legally yours to use. Commercial rights only start on the paid plans.
And this is where I push back, because $22 a month is real money when you're earning nothing yet. There is a free road. Open source voices like Chatterbox are genuinely good now, free to run, and free to use commercially. Let me lay the honest trade-off out side by side.
Here's the real comparison. Pay for ElevenLabs and you get the most natural sound, the built-in emotion control, and you're up and running in about 5 minutes. Go open source and you pay nothing, ever, and you can use it commercially.
And the catch is right there in the last 2 rows. The free road costs you time instead of money. You're installing things, tinkering, watching a setup tutorial. So it's a clean fork. If your time is scarce and your budget isn't, pay. If your budget is 0 and you'll trade an afternoon, go free. Both are completely legitimate.
One rule though, whichever you pick, don't marry a single tool. A big one called Play.ht got bought by Meta and switched off at the end of last year. No warning that mattered. Accounts and saved audio just gone. Keep your scripts and treat the voice tool as swappable.
So you've got your voice picked. But paying for the best tool changes nothing if you then use it like a robot, which is the exact mistake almost everyone makes first. So let's learn to hear it, because once you can, you cannot unhear it. One thing before the next part and then we move right on. If any of this is clicking, tap that like, hit subscribe, and ring the bell for the next one. It takes a second, it costs nothing, and it helps more than you would think.
This is the fastest skill in the whole video. Once you learn to hear a robot read, you'll catch it in about 1 second on your own videos and everyone else's. And there are really only 3 tells that give it away.
Tell 1 is pitch. A robot voice sits on one flat note the whole way through. Listen to a real person and their pitch rides up and down. It lifts on a question. It drops at the end of a thought. Picture the 2 as waveforms. The human red jumps around like a mountain range. The robot barely moves.
Tell 2 is pacing, and it's the one that bores people to death. The robot gives every sentence the same length and the same rhythm. Tick, tick, tick. No short punchy line, no long winding one. Real talk has gears. It speeds up when you're excited and slows right down when something matters.
And tell 3 is the dead giveaway. Stress and names. A default voice will punch the wrong syllable or completely mangle a name or an acronym. It can read your whole credibility away in one badly said word. A person puts the emphasis where the meaning is.
Put those 3 together and here's what a human read actually does. It breathes, it pauses. It leans on the important word and throws away the boring one. That variety is what your ear reads as real, and it's what carries someone past that 30-second cliff.
Let me put the 2 reads side by side so it sticks. On the natural side, the pitch moves, the pacing varies, the names land right, and there's breath in it. On the robot side, 1 flat note, 1 rhythm, wrong stress, no air. Same words, same tool. Completely different result.
Okay, but let me ask the thing a beginner is actually thinking. If everyone is using these same few AI voices, doesn't my channel just end up sounding like everybody else's?
Good question, and yes, if you use them straight out of the box. That's exactly the generic slop trap. But the fix is the next thing we do. The moment you direct a voice, choose a specific tone, set the pacing, fix the names, it stops sounding like the default and starts sounding like your channel. Fix the tells, and the same tool sounds alive.
So now you can hear it. The obvious next question is how you fix it on purpose. Turns out it's 4 quick passes, and not one of them is technical.
The whole directing workflow adds about 10 minutes per video, 4 passes. Tone, pronunciation, pacing, and a listen back. Do those 4 and no algorithm and no viewer ever calls your voice a robot. Pass 1 is tone. Before you generate a single word, decide the feeling. Confident and calm, urgent, warm and reassuring. In 11v3, you literally type it in brackets, or you pick a voice that already carries it. Most people skip this and just take whatever the default hands them.
Pass 2, pronunciation, is where you kill that name-mangling tell. Feed the tool the tricky words your way. Spell an acronym out with spaces so it says the letters one by one. Write a strange name the way it actually sounds. 10 seconds of fixing here is the gap between sounding sharp and sounding broken.
Pass 3, pacing, is my favorite. because it's just punctuation. A comma is a short breath. A line break is a longer one. Break your run-on sentences apart. Add a real pause right before the big number. You're basically writing stage directions, and the voice follows them.
And pass 4 is the one nobody wants to do. Put the headphones on and actually listen back to the whole thing. Every time a line makes you wince, regenerate just that one line. 2 or 3 retakes per video. That is it. That is the entire secret to a voice that sounds alive.
And here's what happens if you skip all 4, because plenty of people do. You bought the best tool on the market, and then you shipped a robot with a nice microphone. Same flat read, same slop signal, just more expensive. The tool was never going to save you. The direction is the whole point.
And this part protects your channel, not just your retention. Every one of those 4 passes is you making a human choice. Tone, names, pacing, retakes. That is the editorial judgment YouTube's policy is actually looking for. A directed voice isn't just better to listen to. It's the proof that a person made this.
There's a question that comes up here every single time, so let me just say it. Is 10 minutes of directing per video actually worth it, or is that just perfectionism? Here's my plain answer. It's the highest return 10 minutes in your whole workflow, because it protects the 2 things that pay you, retention and eligibility.
So that settles the how. But it dodges the bigger question, and I know some of you are still sitting on it. Should you use an AI voice at all, or should you just talk into a microphone yourself?
So let's have the real fight. You've got a working AI voice now. Should you even use it, or should you just turn on a microphone and talk? Kai says AI voice all day. Liam would rather you use your own. This isn't about which is trendier. It's about what actually builds a channel that lasts. Kai, go.
The AI voice wins on the things that actually kill channels. Consistency. It sounds identical in every video. No bad throat days, no traffic outside your window. Speed. You re-record a line in 3 seconds, not 30 minutes. And it's faceless, which is the entire point if you don't want your voice out in the world. Directed well, nobody can tell, and you'll ship 4 times as often.
And I think most beginners reach for the AI voice to dodge the discomfort, not because it's better. Your real voice is free. It's yours, and it can't get discontinued the way play.ht just did. People connect to a real human on the mic in a way they don't with even a great synthetic read. That trust compounds. They see actual asset.
Pause there, Kai. Answer that head on. If a real voice builds more trust, isn't the AI voice costing you the exact connection that makes people subscribe?
Only if you've already got a voice you like and the nerve to use it. Plenty of people have neither, and a shaky, mumbled real read loses to a confident, directed AI voice every single time. Trust doesn't come from your vocal cords. It comes from being right, being useful, and being consistent. The voice is just the delivery van.
Unless the delivery is the thing they came for.
Fair, and for a face and personality channel, it absolutely is, so use your voice there. But for a faceless finance or history channel, nobody came for your voice. They came for the information, delivered cleanly and consistently. That's where the AI voice just wins.
Issue falsus case. I still think people jump to AI too fast to avoid being on mic and lose something real in the trade. If you can stand your own voice, I'd tell you to run it for a season before you ever outsource it.
That's a fair challenge. Kai, can you live with that? Try your own voice first if you can stand it.
I can try your real voice first. If you hate it or you're staying faceless on purpose, direct an AI voice and never look back. No shame in either lane.
So my call, and the record backs it up. There isn't one right answer. There's a right answer for your goal. Faceless channel, or a voice you honestly don't want to use? A well-directed AI voice is the professional choice, full stop. Building a personal brand and you can stand the mic? Your own voice wins on trust. Either way, one rule holds. YouTube's policy rewards the human direction, not the raw tool. So whichever voice you pick, you are the one who has to shape it. Undirected is the only wrong answer. So remember this because it's the whole episode in one line. The tool doesn't make the voice, you do. Quick recap. Your voice is a money decision because retention sets your RPM and a robot read loses people in the first 30 seconds. ElevenLabs is the natural benchmark, open source is the free road, and directing whichever you pick is what keeps you original enough to earn.
The number to keep. That free tier can't be used commercially, so if you're serious about earning, budget for a paid plan or go open source. Never monetize on a voice you're not licensed to use.
And here's what you lock in for 10 extra minutes. Take one old script tonight and run the 4 passes on it. You'll hear your own channel stop sounding like a robot, and that is the moment people start staying. Send this to the friend whose channel still has that painful default voice.
My one warning, don't jump to an AI voice just to dodge being on mic. If you've got a voice you can stand, try it first. You might already have the asset.
Next up, we go from voice to video. The best AI video generator for a faceless channel, and the one bundled tool trap that can quietly sync your whole workflow.
If this gave you the real version instead of the hype, hit like and subscribe because we're building this whole faceless channel roadmap one video at a time. And that free tool directory is waiting at grow.professorerica.com.
Here's the one we couldn't fully settle, so tell us in the comments. AI voice or your own voice? Which one are you using on your channel and why?
That is a wrap on today's lesson. Professor Erica here, thank you for spending your time with me.